guys, it's me, Aego here. Hi. Hello. Do you know what the color of the year is? For 2020, the color of the year is classic blue, and VDL has released multi-palettes that can express this year's color easily and beautifully. Is it that there are colors for both eyes and cheeks that can produce various looks? So let's get this review started. A makeup palette that let you create unlimited looks in 2020. I bring you VDL's Expert Color Multi-Book. This palette is designed in classic blue and gold, which gives off a very luxurious vibe. They came out with a total of 2 palettes and are composed of 10 shadows each that can be used on the eyes and cheeks. The colors of the shadows are set to be selected by VDL and Pantone for Asian women for 2020. The colors on the top are great to be used as highlights, blushes, or contours, and there are 8 shadow colors on the bottom. The colors are all high pigmented matte colors, so they apply vividly and naturally with a single touch. And especially the pearl shadows provide a brilliant glow with a moist gel type pearl pigment combined with an optimal oil powder that adheres slightly without feeling dry nor gets dusty. When I first saw the colors of these palettes, I personally thought that although it stated that the colors were selected for Asian women, they seemed to be better suited for Western looks. And the classic blue colors caught my eyes as soon as I laid my eyes on them, as they were so pretty and the glitters applied very nicely. I think the tones from each palette gives off different vibes, so I'll show you the colors starting with the first palette. The first palette seems to be composed mainly of warm brown, orange, and pink colors, and there's a highlighter and contour on the top line. I'll swatch the colors from the top line to the bottom. The first highlighter, Infatuation, is a soft pink color, which I personally think is great to use as a blusher too. The second contour, Tough Call, is a light brown color, which would also be great in giving shade on the eyes. The first shadow, Rhapsody, is a white shimmer shadow, which is a great color to use as a highlighter. The second shadow, Glistening, is a gold shimmer shadow on a deep brown base. The third shadow, Two Penny, is a gold glitter on an orange reddish base. The fourth shadow, Classic Blue, has transparent filling blue pearls on a brownish base, which is the main shadow in this palette. The fifth shadow, Gin Fizz, is an apricot glitter shadow, which I think is great to use as a highlighter. The sixth shadow, Dusty Mauve, is a pinkish apricot color with a bit of grayish tone, which is great to give shade. The seventh shadow, Maple Burl, is a grayish purple color, which is great to use to add a deep depth to your look. The eighth shadow, Monumental, is a grayish deep brown color, which I think is great to use as an eyeliner. The first palette has colors that can basically be used daily easily, so I think I won't have any problems using any of them. At first, the classic blue color, which is the main color of this palette, seemed a bit hard to use, but when actually applied, it had that delicate feeling, which is great to give points. So I prepared a daily classic blue point makeup with this palette. First, I'll use Dusty Mauve as a base lightly, and add some shade with Tough Call. I'll put it on a bit darker up here by the crease. Next, I'll apply Dusty Mauve again till my double eyelid a bit darker, and apply Classic Blue on the center of my eyelid. After I draw the eyeline, I'll blend the eyeline with Monumental, and I'll use Infatuation as a blusher, and I'll also apply Two Penny and Gin Fizz on the lower lash line. And with the eyebrow and mascara, my Classic Blue daily makeup is done. I think some of the colors are better than I thought they'd be, so I think it's great. And the makeup I just showed you is what I have on my face right now, and since the classic blue color isn't too much, I think it gives a very moody vibe with a delicate glow. Next is the second palette. The second palette seems to be composed of grayish, light, cool pinks, pinkish brown, and blue colors with a highlighter and blusher on the top row. I'll also swatch the colors from the top to bottom. The first highlighter, Mellow Buff, is a shimmery beige shadow, which is great to use to give slight points. The second blusher, Glimpse, is a baby pink color with a bit of shimmery pearls. The first shadow, Aurora 2020, is a transparent shimmer shadow with blue pearls on a white base. I think it'll also be great to use as a highlighter. The second shadow, Limpid Shell, is a slightly grayish mint color shimmer pearl shadow. The third shadow, Brass Knuckles, appears to be similar with Classic Blue from the first palette, but this one is more delicate and brighter. The fourth shadow, Classic Blue, is a dark blue color that looks like deep sea with a bit of violet, silver, and gold pearls. The fifth shadow, Cashmere Tint, is a bright white matte shadow with a bit of pinkish tone. I think it's also great to use as a highlighter. The sixth shadow, Misty Mauve, is a nudie pink color which has a lot of grayish tones. The seventh shadow, Burnt Russet, is a silver pearl shadow on a grayish brown base. The last eighth shadow, Night Sky, is a black matte shadow with pearls that represents the night sky with a lot of pearls for stars. I personally think this palette seems to have cool and mute colors rather than warm colors like the first palette, and maybe a bit difficult to use for me. And the main color, Classic Blue, for this palette has a more vivid color than the first palette, so I thought of trying to create a pretty look with this palette. I'm actually a warm tone person, and since I couldn't find any warm tone colors in this palette, so I'll show you a smoky classic blue makeup by using both palettes instead, and also show a small tip. First, I'll apply on Cashmere Tint as a base widely, And use the contour Tough Call from the first palette to give some shading all around, and also make it deeper up here by the brow bone. Then I'll make a half crease, and I'll mix Limpid Shell and Brass Knuckles and apply on the crease. And apply Burnt Russet on the outer edge of my eyes. Then after I draw the eyeline, I'll add some depth with Nice Guy, and blend it in between with Classic Blue. Then I'll apply Limpid Shell on the head of my eyes, and Classic Blue on the center of the lower lash line. And with the rest of my makeup, my Classic Blue Smoky makeup is done. Since I felt that using the second palette will definitely not go well with me, I did my makeup along with the first palette, but I'm not even sure if that came out well. So to give you guys a small tip, if you're someone who is warm toned yet want to use cool tone colors, you can create a calmer and more natural look when using warm shade colors around the eye makeup or mixed in. And that's the reason why I use the first palette's contour color to add darker shades. If you want to use only the cool colors, it might look pretty tacky or odd, so I think it'll be better to give my tip a try. When I first saw these palettes, I thought that the first palette had colors that are easy to use for anyone, but I was a bit flustered when I saw the second one. But since the colors from the second palette do look much more natural when applied, they can still be good for those who have warm tones when mixed with the first palette or used as a point that suits you. So I reviewed two VDL's Expert Color Multi-Book palettes with Classic Blue color of this year, and I especially hope that this video would have been helpful for those who wants to give points on the makeup with Classic Blue color. Thank you for watching my video today. Don't forget to subscribe, press the like buttons, and please leave some comments for me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye!